Shalom. All praises to the Heavenly Father, Anukuya. Praise be to the earthly mother, the Pachamama, and all of her earthly angels, the Erkadeshwe. Praise be to the Holy Spirit, the Kaheh, in the name of his only begotten Son, Motsah the Lamb, unification to the nation. It's been a while, guys. I know. Well, not really a while. It's been like 3 days, but it's been a good amount of time since I did a video like this. Not really a movie review because this is most likely going to get blocked on YouTube. So if you're seeing this, you're probably seeing it on Google Drive. But if you are seeing it on YouTube, that's great. But this movie will be a very good backdrop to speak on, something that's kind of come out of nowhere. Now, that isn't to be disrespectful to say that any sort of, racial violence has come out of nowhere when it comes to so-called Asian people. That's not true. But I will say this, how the media is trying to use it, is always trying to be used as a weapon against the children of Israel. Now, there are a large amount of the children of Israel among the quote-unquote Asian population, especially since they were in those lands originally. So they're among those people. And the scriptures also says that they are among those people. It says that in Isaiah that he will gather them from Sinim, and that is the Orients, or what people would consider Asia today. But they are trying to push this and use this as if whatever the so-called Asian people have gone through in this country even comes close to, what the indigenous races of this land have gone through. Now, if I were to go to China, I'm not going to act like I'm more oppressed than the indigenous peoples there. I'm not going to do that. But they can't do the same thing here. And that's the point. What the Aboriginal races of the Americas have gone through, it will never come close to anything any foreigner will ever have gone through. I don't care what group they're from. It will never come close because the land is stained with their blood. And when it comes to me and my personal relationship with Asian people, it's like anything else. But it's a bit different though, because two of my very, very close friends are Chinese. One of my close friends is Cantonese. Other one, I believe he's Fujianese or something like that. I don't remember, but two of my very closest friends, right? Worldly friends, I should say. They're good friends to me. I try to be a good friend to them. But I will not lie to you and tell you that Asian people are not racist as hell, because they definitely are. The hurry up and buy syndrome, that's something that's very real. Growing up here in New York, you can say that there's a bunch of different people who come here. Well, they're one of the groups who come here, buy shops in the hood, and act as leeches to the Aboriginal races here. And then they want to act like they're more better and more supreme than everyone else. They come here with a culture. And they drain money from the Aboriginal races here and send it back home. So I'm not about to act as if these people are so oppressed. They're on the same level as the East Indian. Are people among the East Indians? Yes, they are. But the people who come here, they drain from the races here. And that's not something that occurs with other quote-unquote foreign races here when it comes to so-called Mexicans or Caribbeans or South Americans. Yes, they set up businesses. Yes, they send money back to their homelands. But it's more of a symbiotic relationship. It's not the same relationship that the Arabs have with the quote-unquote black community, or the Chinese have, or the East Indians have. It's not the same thing. They act as leeches and then they look down on us. The Caribbeans, the Mexicans, the South Americans, they're not looking down on the aboriginal races of this land because they're in the same position. That's the difference. However, I try to be fair, and I'm going to say that the Asian people have not faced the level of discrimination as some other races, right? Everything has a hierarchy, right? And, you know, the ruling class, the ruling group of people will let them know that they're not them. I think they're kind of right below them, but they're still not them. And again, if our people are mixed in with the Asian population in a good way, then they're not going to be treated very nicely, right? But I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that they are not treated better than other races of people. They are. They absolutely are. So I'm kind of all over the place. But that all being said, I recognize that they are treated like garbage, like everyone else who is not among the invading class who came here and got rich off of this land. They are treated like garbage by the by the high class of people. And there's a particular sect of Asian people who are treated similarly to how the copper-colored races of the Americas are treated. And this is kind of illustrated in this movie. This movie is called IP Man Part 4. Someone showed this to me about a month or two ago, and I really enjoyed it. You see a lot of similarities with some of their complaints and their relationship with so-called white people and our complaints as, the natives here of this land. So I'm going to try to play a little bit of this movie, and hopefully they don't copyright me, but if so be it. So here, he's teaching his daughter a little bit about, their so-called culture. I'm going to skip ahead.
He's looking for a school for his son
I want to show you this.
America. So maybe you can help him by writing a recommendation letter.
Can I have a minute with you, please?
Look at how he acts. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this.
Nowadays, many people fancy coming over here.
Many people come over here to find a better life.
Is your ability, and you achieve because you choose to work with a great boss. But your friend here,
He's a Chinese Kung Fu master.
look, I don't really know you that well. I certainly don't know him. How do I know that he isn't some kind of fugitive, just like all of the other illegal aliens that get deported every day?
Yeah. So that attitude that he's, exuding is a very similar attitude that he exudes for everyone else. Now, but this is why I'm just like, listen, everything's not the same thing. The media is trying to make it seem as if the plight of Asians and the plight of quote unquote black people is the same. Not in this country. It's not. You must be out of your damn mind. This doesn't even come close. It's there, but it does not come close. For you to say that you don't know a lick about history and you're being highly disrespectful. And this is why I don't understand why people latched on to the Black Lives Matter movement. Because all they're doing is trying to control it, mold it, and put it in a box so that now they can compare apples to oranges when the time comes. It was an ingenious plot from the beginning. But I'm never going to support something that's ran by two lesbians, and at the helm of those two lesbians is a face rat with a small hat. I'm not going to be on board with that. My morals do not coincide with that of those who believe in the whole Black Lives Matter movement. The message is great, but the actual movement is a bunch of demonic stuff that's intertwined with it. So I want nothing to do with it. So, as you can see his attitude, he's like, how do I know he's not an illegal alien and a fugitive? And, he's just here to, same sort of attitude. But let's skip forward. I'm really not trying to play too much of this movie. It's a great movie. I'm going to leave the link in the description. You guys could go watch it. They got Bruce Lee here. He did his thing. Let me see if I could find it. You got the privileged white girl. What's going on here, man? Kind of froze up on me. Let me play it. Okay. Yeah, stuff's kind of freezing up on me. You can also get it on Netflix. For whatever reason, it wasn't allowing me to play it. All right, let me try to restart this. Or maybe not. Okay.
I teach Chinese Kung Fu, Chinese martial art.
Like a gymnast?
Like a gymnast?
Yes, something like that.
Well, as you already know, this is an exclusive private school.
Right.
I can accept this letter as a referral, but you still need to get a recommendation from the Chinese Benevolent Association, as they act as guarantor.
Anyway, I want to do that. Man, I really hope that this uploads to YouTube. I hope that YouTube don't be tripping on me. Let me see if this works. Fair use. Let me see if that works.
Speak of the devil.
Bitch!
No, this girl could kick this girl's ass. Remember that? Yo, you guys remember that video that I did on the pink pastries and how they're going to be burnt up? And how some fat white lady was picking on some Mexican girl and she slapped the daylights out of her. It's kind of what could have occurred here. But she really, well, I guess you guys are about to see.
Showtime. You think you look so great out there? You look like a little yellow monkey. We're not gonna follow your lead. In America, people like you follow. They don't lead.
What do you want?
Hey, do you see this attitude? See, these people, they truly want everyone to follow them. Why? Because in ancient times, they had to follow everyone else. They were on the lowest of the low. Everyone looked at them like, I mean, I don't know how much I have to say this, like cavemen, because they literally were. Like, that's like the weakling at school, ruling over everybody out of nowhere. It's absurd. It's asinine. But this is what's happened. And this is how they talk. They want everyone under their thumb, everyone in line. And they want us. They want us as the children of Israel on the lowest of the low. They go out of their way to oppress us the most. That's why I said it's really disrespectful to even think that the oppression in this country is the same. I'm not going to say that what happens in China is worse. I don't know. I wouldn't know. But I do know here is not. I know. Listen, bro. Again, if you guys watch my stuff, you guys know I'm from the Caribbean on my father's side. On my mother's side, they're from here. I know that even Caribbeans are treated a little bit better than so-called Black Americans. I know that. So why the hell doesn't everyone else know that? They are not treated that much better, but they are treated better. So I don't like this stuff is very insulting. But look at how she's talking to her, man. I'm keep talking because I don't want them to strike me, man. I hate getting copyright strikes.
Leave me alone.
If you're not happy, then go back to Asia. This has been our land for generations. What do you
Oh, man.
people want from us?
Now I know why they call you stupid blonde. America has always had immigrants. The Indians are the only real Americans.
And that's what I mean. She even said it. The Indians are the only real Americans. Who are the Indians? You have a certain looking group of Indians who are also, native to these lands, but who are also native to these lands. Who do they also treat like garbage? Right? The people who they're trying to say are from Africa, who they were brought here on slave ships. They were always here. They treat them like trash. So that's why I said you comparing it is so disrespectful. Very disrespectful. You don't understand history and you don't understand really what you're talking about. If you're trying to equate the two, I'm not going to say that it's not a thing. It is a thing, but don't equate it, because now you're going to get very disrespectful. And I'm not going to deal with disrespect. Don't disrespect my ancestors. We got a problem at that point. She said it out her own mouth. So if it wasn't Black Lives Matter and it was Aboriginal Lives Matter, what are you going to top? You can't top that. And that's why they put us in the classification of being black, quote unquote. And when you put yourself in that classification, you're saying that you come from Africa. If you actually read what their racial classification is, you're not indigenous to the Americas like you actually are. You're actually from Africa if you go by their classification. So no, I'm not black, right? I don't share the phenotype of people from Africa any damn way. But this is why they did it. Let's continue, because do you think she's a sore loser? Let's see.
Your ancestors stole their land, paleface.
Look at that.
What did you just say to me?
Hey, she ain't like that. But look what they had. They rolled up on her deep.
Grab her.
And they try to grab her. Look at how insecure she is, man. They don't even get girls. They get a bunch of boys. Like, this is crazy. And what do? They cut this girl's hair. Now, this is kind of big. If this is really you trying to jump somebody, first of all, they probably would have got them to rape that girl and probably shave her head bald. That's how them white people do it, man. And notice that they're trying to prop up all these crimes that quote unquote black people have did to Asian people. Yet who are the ones who are beating up old Asian people when the coronavirus first came? Was it black people? Okay, then. These people are trying to push an agenda. They're trying to get the pressure off of themselves. The media can show you anything they want to show you. They'll ignore all this other news to show you one thing. Whenever shootings occur, do you guys know that shootings actually occur all the time, and they show you the ones that they want to show you? But to them, you think that they only happen like once a year, and every once a year it's an automatic rifle. It's an agenda. And then Jackie Chan comes and saves them. I'm just joking. I'm saying that because it reminded me of Karate Kid. And, that's her father, right? And IP Man here, he tells the father that, the daughter tells her father that he saved her and that they jumped her. And then he's getting mad saying, don't fight against the white people. They don't like us. We just got to, kind of like be undercover and just, kind of take over from the inside out. Right? So after this happens, the little white girl, she's crying to her dad, and then her dad retaliates in a major way. I'm trying to get to the part. And what does he do? Bro, come on, man. Why does this thing keep doing this? Well, let's get out of this. Maybe it'll load faster All right, let's restart it. All this dragon symbolism, bro. Again, Southeast Asia, East Asia, and parts of India, we were in these lands. We set up kingdoms in these lands. These were these kingdoms of Reuben, Manasseh, and Gad. The kingdoms of Asia, as well as some of the kingdoms of Solomon. Right? These were our lands. So I'm not saying that these people are not going to have similarities. They will. Now, this is the daughter snitching to her father. She got a little itty bitty bruise while she cut off the girl's hair. But this is very similar. Like, listen, this is a great movie. Because this reminded me of the Emmett Till situation. The white girl, she was trying to, back it up on Emmett Till. Emmett Till, he did the wrong thing. And he got seduced. Then she got caught. And then she's like, no, that nigger, he tried to rape me. Or he did, or whatever she said. And they beat him to death. And I'm sure that if this dude could get away with it, he'd have that little girl beat to death for just marking his daughter. But this is what happens. They were given our position. They were given the children of Israel's position. So they can do stuff like this. They could flaunt their power. They could throw around their weight like this because they can. Look, what is the INS going to do about these Chinese savages? I wish I could show you more, but this is lagging, bro. It's not really allowing me to show you what I want to show you. All right. Let's restart this again. Let's see.
Officer, I'm looking for a Chinaman by the name of Wan Zuhua. Where is he?
What do you want with him?
I'm going to Sergeant Barton get his...
Sorry, I'm trying to get to this.
In the country when you're done with him, all right?
My karate coach was defeated in a fight tonight by Chinese Kung Fu. Since you're the representative
so
of China...
the father called, and he pretty much got him. He's trying to get him deported. Him, and all of his homies deported because of what happened to his daughter. Right?
Kung Fu, I'm holding you personally accountable. These Chinamen right here, I just crushed all of them. You're the only one left. I need to fight you.
Pa!
What are you doing here? Get out of here!
I need to fight you. I need to conquer you. See, the ambition of the Edomites is very commendable. Very commendable. They have this feeling of domination at all times. When the scripture says that they would, live by the sword, it's very true. You can see it in their mentality. This is just how they are. It's how they were made, man. Maybe I don't know if that's how they were made. Maybe that's how they want to be. But that's how they are. They feel the need to conquer everybody. They just do. And who do they hate the most? They don't hate the Chinese the most, but they don't like them. As you can see in this movie. Let's play this. This is the scene I wanted to play.
You're Becky's father, right? Listen, it's all my fault. It's nothing to do with my father. I'm sorry. I beg you.
So she's begging, right? She relinquished her pride, and her father is watching this. After he told her, relinquish your pride, after he sees how they play, now what happens?
Please let my papa go. Please.
And he liked that. Get up. I like that, man.
坐单。起来，起来。用不着给这些外国
Don't
人
kneel
下
to
跪。
these people. Hey, bro, this is my favorite scene. It was a great scene. It's a powerful scene.
你是对的。忍不下去的时候，就不用再忍了。
Then just don't. Now, again, it's very similar, but what has happened here has happened times 5 to us. That's the point I'm trying to make. I acknowledge that, you know, the so-called Asians have suffered. We all have suffered, but there's levels to this, and we're not all on the same level. Even among Israel, we're not on the same level. In my opinion, at least from a social and psychological standpoint, the black people in America have suffered the most. That's just my opinion. And then there's levels to it, like anything else. Why do I say that? Because they've lost everything, literally. They've lost all their identity. But anyway, that's what I wanted to go over. Check this movie out, guys. May peace be with you. Selah Kala.